If you want, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be the mid-year book freakout. So basically I'm answering a bunch of questions. I'll put everything down below. But yeah, basically the best, the worst books that I've read so far this year and just talk about books. That's all we care about, right? So let's do this. Some of these are going to be really rough to answer because question number 1 is best book you've read so far in 2019. I can't choose one. Like, what type of monster would I have to be to only be able to choose one? I don't get it. I don't know why this dark space in the screen freaks me out. Let me just put something in there. Nope, you can't really see it. I don't know why. There you go. I don't know why it was freaking me out. This is weird. Okay, you can't expect me to only choose one. Like, it's just not possible. I did do a best books that I've read so far earlier, so I did mention some. But choosing one is so hard. Like, I love Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, Vengeful by V.E. Schwab, Red Sister by Mark Lawrence, Recursion by Blake Crouch, and then Nevernight by J. Kristoff. I'm choosing what, 5? Hey, more options for you. I've talked about these in detail and they're all gonna make it to my best of 2019 at the end of the year. So, the best sequel you've read so far this year, then Vengeful by V.E. Schwab, for sure. I did like Villains. That was the name of the duology. It's vicious. And I liked it, but I felt like it was overhyped. Everyone loved it. And I was like, you know, it was fine. You know, superhero, like two best friends that kind of figure out a way to become superheroes, but they become super villains. And I liked it okay. I gave it 4 stars, but I read Vengeful and loved it. So that's definitely my favorite sequel. Oh, no, I think... no, maybe Red Sister by Mark Lawrence. Shit. I'm gonna repeat those books the whole time, but those are my 2 winners, for sure. New release you haven't read yet, but you want to. Where do I start? Children of Ruin. At the moment, as I'm filming this, I did not read it yet. I will do it, like, it's happening in June, like, without a doubt. I am dying to continue the series. I loved Children of Time, which is the first book, and it's like hard sci-fi with the remnant of humanity and then giant Satan spider. Yes. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Dark Dawn by J. Kristoff. It's the last book in the Nevernight series, so yes, I am dying for it. It's coming out in September. It's that or the newest Philip Pullman. It's a new series in the Is Dark Material universe, and I've been dying to... Is it Commonwealth? I think that's the name of the second book. It's gonna be on the screen, so why am I doing this? But yeah, I just want to go back, and apparently it's about Lyra, and she's like older, and I've been waiting for that my whole life, or at least since I was 10 and I read the first books. So yeah, I can't wait for that too. Question number 5, biggest disappointment. Where do I start? I feel like I've read a lot of disappointing books lately. Like, I read Lifelike by J. Kristoff. I was excited to read more by this author, and this YA stuff, I guess, is just not for me. I just could not get into it. I also really didn't care for Good Omens, which I know everyone loves it, thinks it's super funny, but I couldn't mention Quickly Crooked Kingdom. Like, it wasn't a bad book. It just... I have been wanting to love these books, like the duology, the Six of Crow duology, the whole time I was reading them. And before, I was looking forward to them, and I was just like, throughout the whole reading experience. I just, like, I'd kind of start caring about them, and then, like, the plot kind of bothered me because it's so easy, and then, like, a little twist at the end to make, oh, it wasn't so easy, and you're like, I don't know. I just never was able to get into it. Slash, I'm annoyed that, like, really, this is probably the real story. I love the magic system, and you get none of that stuff in that duology. So maybe I'm just a little bitter over that. Who knows? Ooh, also, more answers. 9 Perfect Strangers by Leanne Moriarty. I had really loved, a little bit to my surprise, Big Little Lies by her. It was like a really, it's kind of dark, but still like a kind of beach read, I guess, a very dark one. It kind of read like a chick lit, but you just couldn't put it down. I loved the character, they were so lovable. And then you get this. I could not finish it. The only reason I read 54% or something was because I was listening to it as an audiobook. It was painful. The characters were unlikable, and I'm not sure they were supposed to be this unlikable. The twist when I put it down was so cringy. It was just incredibly boring, and I just could not stand how much she would bash that Instagram model. Like every single time she would pop, she would like go really ham on her, and I just felt bad at the end. So that was a huge disappointment. Biggest surprise, I could say Nevernight and J. Kristoff, but we need to move on and stop mentioning that. But I wanted to mention In Absent Dream by Shannon McGuire. This is book 4 in her Wayward Children series, and I had read the last 3 and I was like, yeah, I'm not planning on continuing because although I love her writing, I feel like I'm always left wanting more and being a little disappointed whenever I'm done with the book because they're like 140, 50 pages-ish. And every time action is about to start, they're like, so after that, and I'm like, so yeah, I'm kind of always disappointed. But I decided to grab this one because it was available at my library, and I was like, oh, you know what, why not? And it is my favorite one out of all the 4. So it's still not like a holy grail, like best book I've ever read, but I love her writing so much, and I was so much less disappointed. There was still the whole like, oh, after, but you got so much more from the universe. I really cared about the story in this one, and again, her writing. Oh my god, her writing. So yeah, An Absent Dream. That was the biggest surprise because I wasn't even planning on continuing the series, and now I am. So number 7, favorite new author. J. Kristoff. Just for the adult books though, because Y is a big no, but I really enjoy that one. Yeah, I think it's the only author that is a new author to me that I end up really loving the books, so J. Kristoff. Question number 8, newest fictional crush. I don't get crushes. I guess I don't read the right type of book to get crushes. You know what, for the crush, I will say something spoiler free, but it is a spoiler, but I'm not going to say the spoiler, okay? Just if you have read the Ancestor trilogy, I approve who ended up together. I just wish there had been more. Spoiler free, but everyone that knows now knows. So it's not a crush, it's just people I wanted to see together. But the next question is favorite new character. I will add, I don't remember her name, but from Vengeful, I couldn't, like, Marcella, I think that's her name. Aha. She's a new favorite villain. I feel like from the beginning of the book, I could not put it down. Like if you, I know Goodreads does have like an extract of books, apparently not every country, but if you can, go read the first couple pages because you're gonna meet my new favorite character. Marcella is just so evil, but you just root for her because damn it, she's like kind of right there. So I was definitely rooting for the villain in that book. So that. Question number 10, a book that made you cry. I don't cry, okay? I rarely cry, although I just did a video actually earlier this year about books that made me cry. But I just don't really cry. But books that I had to put down because it was getting to me and I was getting so frustrated with them. There are 2 that I can remember on top of my head. There's Educated by Tara Westover, which is a nonfiction about her horrible freaking childhood and how getting educated basically saved her life. I got so mad so many times while reading this book. If I hadn't had the audiobook, I don't think I would have been able to finish it because it was rough. So Educated for sure. Didn't cry, but you know, I had a lot of emotions. And another one that I got frustrated, but less good, I guess, but still really frustrated with, was The Great Alone by Kristen Anna. This one is historical fiction, so it's not nonfiction, it's not real life, so it's a little easier to take a step back, but I got really frustrated with that one too because again, abuse, I just could not deal. So no crying, but a lot of frustration. Question 11, a book that made you happy. Where do I start? I mean, where do I start? I'm taking the made me happy as I'm happy to read them, not that they're like positive because I've read a lot of dark books this year, but let's take it as one that made me laugh a lot. Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, which I grabbed. Actually, it's right there. I was showing it to someone. Skyward, for sure, because it was really funny. There was so many jokes in there that I giggled at, so that's always good. And I grabbed it because the next question is, what is the prettiest book you... they say that you've bought this year, but I'm going to go with read because Skyward. Look at this. Look how amazing that cover is. And like, when you look at the American cover, you're gonna be like, why is that a thing? Why does it exist? Because the UK edition is just to die for. So this is by far the prettiest book that I've read so far this year. Oh, and I almost talked about this without mentioning Doomslug. I will never do that mistake. It's just really funny. YA sci-fi, Brandon Sanderson, so you know it's amazing. And sentient spaceship, and it's just really, really great. I really loved it. Can't recommend this enough. Again, it made it to my little best that I've done so far already. And then the last question, 13, is what other books do you need to read before the end of the year? Come on, all of them. All of them. If I could, I would. But seriously, I did do a summer TBR. I have the big books that I'm planning on reading for my challenge of like the big books this year. I have my top 19 books that I need to read in 2019, and I need to finish my Goodreads reading challenge. I have so many books to finish, but some of the ones that I absolutely need to finish, I need to finish the Nevernight series, all 3 books, although I have read 1.5 at the moment. I need to read Children of Ruin that I mentioned, the second book in this duology. Actually, the second book in this series is also coming out at the end of the year. I think it's in November, which I will read the second it's out because I need to. So I need to read that too. And I need to mention, again, Commonwealth, I think that was the name, by Philip Pullman. All the books I've been putting in my like most anticipated releases. All of these, like literally. Who chooses one book? It's like, yeah, this is the one book I need to finish. I need all of them, like literally all of them. So it's way too complicated to just choose one. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little tag, mid-year book freak out. I am freaking out a little bit because I'm realizing that I will never finish all of my challenges if I don't like step up my game. Plus, I really want to start to do more readathon reading vlogs. I'll probably do a bunch during the fall. I'm excited about all the books. Let me in the comment section any books you want to talk about, your biggest surprise, regrets, and everything. And mostly, let me know all the books that you need to read before the end of the year, because I would love some more recommendations. Not that I need more books to add to my TBR, but maybe you have things in comments. You'll remind me of a book that I need to read like ASAP. I would love that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe because you definitely don't want to miss any future videos. And I will be putting some on the screen that I recommend you check out. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Is it me or is my like camera tilted? I'm like pretty sure it's tilted.